Investors buy oil on inflation fears, pushing the prices even higher. The West Texas benchmark has run from 62 dollars a barrel in August to 85 a barrel now. Basically, this comes down to people are scared that the price is going to go up, so they're buying it, which is pushing the price even further, which is probably not a good thing. It's not helping the situation. To be sure, inflation fears aren't the main driver of the West Texas benchmarks run from $62 a barrel in August to $85 this week. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries has stuck to its plan to increase production in small increments. A shortage of natural gas has caused some industrial manufacturers to switch to diesel, which is refined from oil. Untangling these inputs is hard, but traders and analysts say that some of the recent oil gains could be explained by inflation worries, especially on days with no news about supply that might drive trading by the usual players such as commodities brokers and oil producers. In one sign of investors' interest, money has been pouring into funds that buy energy futures and stocks, accelerating just as inflation fears took center stage this fall. These funds have experienced 4 straight weeks of inflows for the first time since the spring, with last week's $753 million the highest weekly total in 5 months, according to data provider FR. So the bets on $100 barrel of oil, a price last seen 7 years ago, surged earlier this summer. This month, investors have put wagers on $200 per barrel. That nobody wants to see that. The only people who want to see that is the people taking, bets on it, and we can. It's not going to be good for anybody for it to get to that place. I know last week we talked about Jim Cramer talking about being at oil peak, and the hope is that we are. And at 80, I think I checked this morning. I think it was like 85 or something to that effect this morning. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Crude oil. Yeah, so crude oil at 84.70. But if you go back 5 years, it's roughly run in the 50s, in this I don't want to say it was at 50, but it's operated around the $50 mark. So it is higher than it could be. But this goes back to 2000. So yeah, in 2008 it hit $124 and then it's completely slid back down. So it makes sense to not want to overproduce the oil all at once. That they don't want the price to completely fall out from under itself. But you did see here, leading into the pandemic, it slid down to like $18, and here we are today. So I'm hoping that the peak is not far off, and that maybe if we do hit $100, that'll be the end of it, and we'll be able to move on with it coming back and hopefully not crashing back down.